कभी सोचा है किसी रूम में एंटर करते ही सब लोग मुड़कर आपकी तरफ ही क्यों देखते हैं? या कभी कोई आपके बारे में यह कह दे, शी हैज अ मैजिकल प्रेजेंस। ये मैजिक क्या है? इज इट योर सूट? इज इट योर स्माइल? द अंग्रेजी दैट यू स्पीक? या फिर आपका ऑरा दैट यू क्रिएट अराउंड यू? ज्यादातर लोग सिर्फ दिखावा सीखते हैं, लेकिन राधिका बाली सिखाती हैं कैसे आप अपने सेल्फ से शाइन कर सकते हैं। Army upbringing, coaching calling, corporate grace. She sculpted something powerful in Ux by Radhika, which she calls ABCDE of Executive Presence: Appearance, Behavior, Communication, Dining and Etiquette. ये सिर्फ टिप्स नहीं, ये एक टूल किट है for commanding attention with authenticity. Please welcome the dynamic, bluntly brilliant and absolutely unforgettable Radhika Bali. राधिका के साथ ये एपिसोड बनेगा एक मिरर भी और एक मैनुअल भी। तो तैयार हो जाइए अपनी खुद की प्रेजेंस को पहचानने के लिए। Tipsy Thursdays begins now, and I'm your host, Tipsy Vadhawa. So welcome to Tipsy Thursdays, Radhika. सब लोग बहुत उत्सुकता से इंतजार कर रहे हैं आपका कि आप आएं और हमें कुछ पर्ल्स ऑफ विजडम दें ताकि हम अपनी प्रेजेंस को और कमांडिंग प्रेजेंस बना सकें। तो आपका स्वागत है।
Thank you so much, Tipsy. Hello and namaste, everyone.
Okay, जैसे मैंने देखा है आपका बैकग्राउंड में जाके, यू बिलोंग टू अ वेरी प्राउड आर्मी फैमिली, और इनिशियली मैंने ये भी देखा है कि आपकी रिहाइश और आपकी स्कूलिंग ज्यादातर नॉर्थ ईस्ट में रही है। सो हाउ हैज दिस अपब्रिंगिंग शेप्ड योर पर्सनल स्टाइल एंड वर्ल्ड व्यू?
Well, you're right, Tipsy. I belong to an army family. And because my father was with Assam Rifles most of the time, so मेरी रिहाइश ज़्यादा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में रही है. I have traveled, rather studied throughout the northeast, all the seven sisters.
Okay.
And this has deeply impacted my thinking, my upbringing, and what I'm doing. The culture of every state was similar yet different.
Right.
So learning those little nitty-gritties and difference in their culture, in the behavior of the people, picking up languages from my classmates, learning about their culture. We used to at times, though our parents were not really allowed because उस time insurgency बहुत ज़्यादा थी.
Right.
So they were not allowed to mingle with the civilians, but हम लोग कई बारी भाग के अपने friends के घर छुपते छुपाते चले जाते थे.
Okay.
Especially during Christmas time.
Right.
Or other festivals.
Okay.
And yes, from the army, being grounded and disciplined. That's what happened.
Excellent. No, your journey so far has been quite varied. From starting off as a Japanese translator, वहां से आप रिसर्चर बनी, उससे आप एजुकेटर बनी, और आजकल आप एक कोच हैं और सेक्रेटरी हैं PSAI का. How did this beautiful zigzag of experiences contribute to your concept of executive presence?
Well, I would say my journey of executive presence started from the playgrounds and the parade grounds of the army to the anterooms of the officers' mess.
Okay.
Where, of course, during our times, बच्चे अलाउड नहीं होते थे.
Right.
एंड अगर गलती से आप चले गए तो आपको स्निकर्स नहीं पहनने, आप किसी यू कांट टच एनी ऑफ द ट्रॉफीज, सिल्वरवेयर को आप हाथ नहीं लगा सकते हो, आप अपना ग्लास नहीं रख सकते हो वहां पे, एंड ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स.
Right.
So, despite not wanting to do it, but because these were the norms and you had to display them.
Okay.
So being present in the moment, doing what you're doing, started right from there. Japanese language, yes. My life has been a roller coaster when it comes to my career.
All right. It is. I think it is more to do with being married to a man in the olive greens. No, that is why you had to. I mean, you adapted. Like I read in your little bio that you sent me, that you never gave up. You always adapted and found out a way to keep prospering, keep learning more. And I'm really amazed at the things that you accomplished, and you're still in the learning curve. It's really amazing and worth imbibing. I must really appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on from there to the theme of the episode proper, about executive presence. You are a proponent of the ABCDE model. So we would like to know about this model and how it applies to today's workplaces.
So, the ABCD model is a very simple model. It is appearance, behavior, communication, your dining etiquette or demeanor,
Okay.
depending on who your client is,
Right.
and etiquette by and large.
Okay.
So, appearance is not about, usually we think appearance is about being fashionable,
Okay.
looking good, being a part with
Right.
how others dress up, what is the trend. But appearance is not about that. Appearance is all about being appropriate and aligned with your life, with your role in the life.
Right. Right.
So, what is it that you want to tell people about yourself? So, you decide your clothes accordingly. Do you want to come approachable or authoritative?
All right.
Behavior includes your body language, how you carry yourself, and that when no one else is watching you.
Right.
In front of others, we all try to put our best foot forward, but are we the same when we are alone, when nobody else is watching us?
Right. Right.
Communication is both verbal and non-verbal.
Right.
So your eye contact, your facial expressions, your body gesture, your voice tonality,
Right.
all of that.
Okay.
And dining etiquette, because in business world, you often have your major business deals happening over coffee and dinners.
Meals. Right.
But if you are not aware of the right dining etiquette, be it the buffet etiquette or a high tea etiquette or a fine dine etiquette, there is a possibility that your existing business also might just go away. You
Okay.
might lose your contract.
All right.
And then etiquette, as in by and large, when I talk about etiquette, it's about your email etiquette,
Right.
how professional emails should be written and what kind of
Right.
emails should be written to who,
Right.
your meeting etiquettes, your elevator etiquette when you're traveling in a lift, office etiquette, most of the office, especially if you're working in cubicles. So, how should you be eating, your perfumes that you wear, your filing, everything. So, every part of life has etiquette in it,
Okay.
and we do not really think about it and follow it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and today's workplace is hybrid mostly and global.
Right.
So, presence needs to be very intentional,
Okay.
culturally aware, and deeply aligned with your values. That is why the ABCDE of presence that I
Excellent. No, is this something that you come up with yourself, or you imbibed it from somebody?
some part of it myself, some part
Okay.
of it through the course that I was doing.
All right. But you put it all together, and we can actually give you the prototype of the ABCDE concept, right? Will that be a good statement?
So, prototype, no, a lot of image consultants do follow the ABC,
All right.
At least. And
Okay.
yes, D mostly comes from the army background.
Right, right. No, it is. It is. I think, in my opinion, as important as the A, B, C, and E, and it's really wonderful. One never thought that these were actually the dimensions of executive presence and the stairway to success in the corporate world. And I think the same thing applies to every field, whether it be the army or the corporate world. All right. brings me to another question. From the army, leadership is touted as something, which one does not gets born with. It's not an innate quality, and leadership can be developed. Is executive presence also similar to this? Can it be developed in a person?
Absolutely, anyone can develop it. It's a skill. It's executive presence has things like public speaking, or
Right,
negotiation, communication, your behavior, and these are the things you can definitely develop. You
right, right,
and you can own them.
right.
So some people have a head start, but presence is it's like a muscle.
All right.
So you train it, practice it, and refine it.
Refined it. Oh, that's well said. I think that there's something that I'll CT and commit to memory. That's a very good statement there. All right. Does emotional intelligence also has something to do with it? Because I saw in your bio that you done a certification in emotional EI coach certification. So how is that relevant here? How does that? What kind of a role does it play in your overall executive presence?
So presence or executive presence for that matter, without emotional intelligence is performance.
Okay.
That is what I believe in. Emotional intelligence teaches you to be aware of yourself.
Right.
It teaches you to be empathetic, and it teaches you regulation.
Okay.
So when you're emotionally grounded, your presence becomes trustworthy.
Right.
You
Right.
know when to speak,
Right.
you know when to pause,
Right.
when to listen, and that balance makes all the difference in your leadership and your life as well.
Absolutely.
So in your presence.
I totally agree with you. I think the concept of EI, or the importance of EI has been understated for so many years, and it is only now that it has started proving its worth, and people have started realizing the potential of EI and EQ over IQ and the other thing. There's something else also which comes into play nowadays, which is called the SQ, spiritual quotient. We'll not get into that. All right. A very simple question. अगर कोई अपना ब्रांड क्राफ्ट करना चाहे बिना अपनी ऑथेंटिसिटी खोए, so where should they start? Is there a structured approach? Is there a guided method which you would recommend to such people?
So it starts with self-awareness, according to me.
Right.
It starts with, I would say, don't ask
Okay.
what do people want from you or what do people want me to do, but ask who am I
Okay.
when I feel most alive and aligned.
Excellent.
So branding is not creating a mask, it is amplifying your own core values,
Right.
consistency, clarity, and conviction.
Okay.
That's your real brand. So
Okay.
you need to be loud, you need to be clear, you need to be authentic to yourself
All right.
than being authentic to others.
So you said three things: consistency, clarity, and conviction. I think these are very good tips to start with. And another thing that you said is that it is not about putting on a mask and showing a different self to others. It is about exposing your inner self, the true self that you are. Is that right?
Absolutely. It's all about amplifying your own self,
Excellent.
bringing your self from the inside to the outside.
Excellent. I think we'll remember that. All right. You mentioned the name of a personality called Amy Cuddy. Okay, and you said that you're inspired by Amy Cuddy's work. Tell us more about her. I believe it's a her. And how do power poses and body language play into one's executive presence?
So Amicadi's concept of power poses is about expanding your body
Okay.
to signal confidence to your brain.
Right.
So I remember as a kid when I used to go trekking with my dad
Right.
and I would give up. He would take a deep breath, but two steps more. Dick, वो रहा point.
Okay.
पहुंच गए.
Right.
So the same way, you need to, Amicati talks about power poses. So if you slouch and sit, you will start feeling little underconfident, not too sure about yourself. But the minute you stretch your shoulders,
Yes.
straighten up your spine and sit with your chin held up high,
Yeah.
you start feeling confident about yourself.
Absolutely.
And it's all about taking the space. So you feel more confident when you take up the space, and when you feel confident, you project uh, your authority,
Right.
and presence begins in the body before it enters the room.
All right.
So it has to be there inside you first before you exhibit it outside.
That's a very good statement. I think I would like to quote it once I finish it up for the audience. That the presence starts to build up. It builds up inside your body before it starts showing outwardly. That's very nice. And you have to feel what you are portraying outside, right? You have to feel it inside your body as an innate feeling.
Absolutely.
All right, Radhika. Today it's a world of Zoom. We are also talking on Zoom, and we are sitting miles away from each other. You're in Delhi. I'm in Chandigarh here. Do appearance and etiquette still matter in a Zoom-dominated world of today?
Absolutely, they do, and much more than ever. So, Zoom, your square is your stage.
Right,
The screen of your window, your laptop is your stage. What you wear, your lighting, your posture, your eye level,
right,
they all create expressions,
right,
impressions. And etiquette, it's a simple thing, being on time, not multitasking,
right,
looking into the camera when you
right,
speak.
right,
These small acts show respect, and that's what presence is. So, when we talk about looking into the camera,
okay,
it gives the illusion to the other person that you're looking at them and talking to
yeah,
them.
yeah,
So
right,
they stay connected with you.
right,
The minute you move your eyes away from the camera, there's a disconnect with your audience.
right,
The way you dress up these days, unfortunately, most of the people like to just wear a t-shirt, sit, on Zoom for meetings. But
okay,
then, if you're physically meeting your client or your boss, would you still wear the same t-shirt and go?
yeah, never.
So why do you want to sit in that in front of the camera? You're still
Right,
creating a first impression to the other person as to how
absolutely,
you appear.
absolutely. I got it. I got it. All right. We will, for the next few questions, we would like to have your coaching mode on because we're going to ask you a couple of questions concerning your coaching. First question comes, and most of us would like to know that कि ब्रांड बनाते वक्त लोग सबसे ज्यादा क्या गलतियां करते हैं? What mistakes do people make while creating a personal brand?
Copying somebody else, trying
Okay.
to be someone else.
Right.
सबसे बड़ी गलती. मुझे
Okay.
उसके जैसा बनना है, मुझे उसके जैसा दिखना है.
Right.
Even as parents, giving examples, उसके बेटे को देखो, अपने
Okay.
classmate को देखो, they're doing better than you.
All right.
But copy pasting someone else's tone or style is not your authentic self.
Okay.
Also, inconsistency is another thing. So,
Right.
saying one thing on social media
Right.
and not doing it, doing another thing in the real life.
Right. Right.
So, branding without integrity crumbles quickly, is what I very strongly believe in.
All right, all right. So that's a good tip
Again,
for everybody who's actually beginning on this journey now. You would have let so many people, so many of your clients and students from a journey of invisibility, let's say, to invincibility. So, do you recall any such transformation story which you can share with the audience now?
Uh, there are many, but yes, one story that I would love to share is about one of my clients.
Okay.
I had known this lady for a long time.
Okay.
She was doing well in her career though, but one fine day I get a call from her and she tells me, I need your help. So, like, go ahead. How can I help you? Never expected she wanted my help in building
Okay.
her presence. I thought
Right.
maybe in general she wants some advice or help.
Right.
She used to call me Didi. So she said, Didi, can you train me on communications
Okay.
and other aspects? I was like, okay. She says, I do get some amount which I'm supposed to spend on my trainings
Right.
from my company.
Okay.
So I would like to take up your course. And that is how I started with her. And the first thing she told me was, I'm always overlooked in meetings.
Acha.
We worked on voice modulation, posture, and concise speaking with her.
Okay.
And in 2 to 3 months' time, she was not only being heard,
Right.
she was being invited to lead pitches. And it wasn't a makeover, it was an unveiling of the presence inside her that goes on with the presence. So
Okay.
that is
Okay.
what presence does.
I think what you do, Radhika, is that you dig into the people's latent talent and give it an exposure. Exactly. Would that be the right definition?
You can say so.
And of course, hone it, and make it better, improve upon it. Right.
Yes, you
Okay.
can say
Currently,
so.
yeah. Currently, we are also aware that you are the proud secretary of the PSAI, that is the Professional Speakers Association of India, and you're based in Delhi. PSAI would give you a lot of opportunity to come across, listen to, and possibly learn from so many national and international speakers. So, and you would also know that some of these personalities, when they come up on stage, they look very innocuous otherwise off stage, but when the minute they hit the stage, they become very charismatic and magnetic speakers. So, what is it that makes someone truly magnetic and charismatic on stage, which really attracts the audience and glues them to his or her speech?
So I would say two things mainly, majorly,
Okay,
which is authenticity and alignment.
right,
So when what you say and how you say it and how you are all line up together,
okay,
you automatically bring that charisma, and that is a magnetic. It works like a magnet. It's magnetic.
okay,
It draws people towards you
right,
because people sense it.
right,
People sitting in your audience don't just listen to what you're saying, they can sense your emotions and feelings, and that is what connects them to you.
okay,
So you don't have to be outrightly theatric.
right,
Of course, being theatric is important, but you don't need to be outrightly theatric.
okay,
You just need to be truthful to yourself and to the audience. You need to be confident,
right,
and you need to be able to form that connection with your audience.
right, right.
That's when the room listens to you.
Okay, okay. There's so many pearls, I would say, that I myself have picked up, which is going to help transform my own presence, both online and offline. I'm really grateful to you for that. Now, with this, we come on to the last round, as I would say, of this conversation that we have had, which is called Tipsy's 10. It's a rapid fire round. 10 quick, fun filled, insightful questions, and आपको ज़्यादा सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है, हमने फटाफट से इसका आंसर देना है. So, are you ready? All right.
Anji.
Here comes the first one. What's your power outfit?
For me, a sari, a well tailored sari with maybe subtle accessories and a bold eyeliner.
Okay, that's what we see you in so many photographs on the LinkedIn. So, and you look really authoritative and a lot of immense presence. All right. Next word. How do you define presence in just one word?
One word. Alignment.
Okay. Next one. Army brat or army wife? What's tougher?
Army wife, definitely. You're not just adapting, you're also anchoring the family. So army
Yeah.
wife, definitely.
Absolutely. I agree with this one. All right. Most underrated etiquette tip.
Uh, the most underrated etiquette tip, according to me, would be listening. The
Listen.
real listening.
Okay.
We usually hear people out, but we don't listen to what they want to say
Right.
or listen to the essence of what they're trying to say. So, listening is a superpower and highly underrated.
Excellent. All right. The next one. A book that changed your life.
Presence by Amy Cuddy has had a very great impact on my life. It aligns a lot with my way of thinking and doing, and it has brought a lot of clarity to me,
All
to a
right.
lot of answers to a lot of my questions too.
Excellent, excellent, very nice. Which language would you love to learn next? Okay, just a PS for the audience. She loves learning languages, and she is very adept at picking up new languages. That's one of our excellent hobbies. So, which is the next one that you're targeting now?
Uh, I guess Spanish or Portugal, one of the two. Mostly Spanish.
Spanish.
It's expressive, musical, and widely spoken. So, Spanish.
Excellent. I think that's a very good definition of the language. Incidentally, I've also done a course on Spanish. All right, coming on to the next one. Which is your favorite beverage? Tea, coffee, or wine?
Well, that's a tough one. So I love to start my day with tea. So chai for me, tea for calm,
Okay.
coffee for clarity, and wine for celebration.
Wow, that's an excellent answer. All right, if not a coach, what would Radhika be?
Ah, something that I've asked myself many times while the roller coaster ride of my career. So I think had I not been a coach, I would have been a cultural anthropologist or a museum curator.
Okay, all right, all right. Okay, the next one, presence or purpose? Pick one.
Presence or purpose? For me, purpose.
Purpose.
Presence will follow.
Okay. Okay, we come to the last one, and this is quite a revealing question. First thing that you notice in someone's personality. I would be very, cautious when I come and meet you next in person.
So, thank you for saying personality because it would have put me in a tight spot had you said a person's appearance.
Okay.
Personality, definitely the energy.
Right.
So before you even speak, as we say, first impression. So your energy even travels faster than, or before you speak or your first impression is created.
Absolutely.
So for me,
Absolutely.
it's definitely their energy.
Excellent, excellent. Radhika, thank you so very much. This brings us to the end of this journey with you. And it's been quite an informative and enlightening session. And I think the audience would have gained immensely from it. And just to mention here that it is just the stepping stone for them to start building up their own presence and for the presence to be commanding in every situation that they come across. And they would have gained immensely from the pearls of wisdom that you dropped during the last 25 minutes. Before leaving, if there is one message that you would like to leave the audience with, what would that be?
Well, I would like to start with thanking you for this lovely conversation. I truly enjoyed being here and this conversation. And yes, my message for everyone listening to me would be that you don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You need to just show up. So show up fully,
Right.
authentically,
Right.
unapologetically. Your presence is your message. Sculpt it with care and a lot of thought in it.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so very much, Radhika, for being here on this show of Tipsy Thursdays with us. I'm really grateful to you, and I'm also very sanguine that we will get to see you a lot more in the coming episodes in the future as well. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here, Tipsy. It was lovely. It was a pleasure.
इस पूरे एपिसोड से मैंने 3 चीजें सीखी. नंबर 1, एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस इज लर्नेबल, नॉट इनहेरिटेड. You don't have to be born charismatic to command a room. With the right awareness and coaching, anyone can develop the ABCDE of Presence: appearance, behavior, communication, dining, and etiquette to show up with confidence and authenticity. Number 2, authenticity is the core of personal branding. Presence without purpose is just performance. Building a strong personal brand is not about pretending to be somebody else. It's about amplifying who you truly are with intention and impact. Number 3, clarity plus consistency equals credibility. It's not just how you dress, it's how you deliver every time. From virtual meetings to stage presence, aligning how you look, speak, and behave consistently creates trust, recall, and influence in professional speeches. तो सोचा था ना, एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस सिर्फ पार्ट ड्रेसिंग और पॉलिश्ड अंग्रेजी होती है. एटलीस्ट मैंने तो यही सोचा था, लेकिन आज मुझे पता चला कि वो सिर्फ एक सरफेस है और प्रेजेंस अंदर से निकलती है. फ्रॉम योर ट्रूथ, योर टोन, योर ब्यूटिफुल कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस. राधिका ने हमें सिखाया कि ब्रांड बनाना मतलब रोल प्ले नहीं. इट्स अबाउट बिकमिंग विजिबल विदाउट लूजिंग योर वॉइस. ABCDE सिर्फ एक फ्रेमवर्क नहीं, वो एक इन्विटेशन है टू स्टेप अप, शो अप एंड ओन द रूम. चाहे आप स्टूडेंट हो या एक CEO, आपकी प्रेजेंस नेगोशिएबल कतई नहीं है. तो अगली जूम कॉल पे कैमरा ऑन कीजिए, कॉलर सीधा कीजिए और याद रखिए, लोगों से पहले लोग आपको देखते हैं. टिप्सी थर्सडेज यहीं खत्म होता है, लेकिन आपकी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन यहां से शुरू होती है. Thank you, Radhika, for reminding us that presence is purpose in motion. अगर आपको ये एपिसोड पसंद आया तो लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिए. और मिलते हैं अगले टिप्सी थर्सडेज में एक और दिल छू जाने वाली बात के साथ. Till then, from your host Tipsy Vadhava, sip smart, talk real, and be seen. जय हिंद.